Hi, Scotties. How's it going? How is senior year? Super exciting. I just wanted to come on here and show you a little bit about how to reach your financial aid award letter. Um, so, some of you, if you've applied to a four-year college and if you've gotten acceptances, um, oftentimes within that portal, they will send you your financial aid package. And this is just an example of what that financial aid package could look like. So I wanted to kind of go through each of these things. Yours might look different. Sometimes different schools break it up in different ways. It's not super uniform. But I did want to just give you one example of what it could look like and kind of show you what each of these things mean. And then if you want to talk more about it one-on-one and you want to go over your individualized award letter, you can come into the College Center Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, and I can help you sort that out. Miss Meza and Miss Gunyon are also available to help you with this. We want to make sure that you know exactly what your financial aid situation looks like before you commit to your school of choice. So let's get into it. All right, so up here, please ignore all my tabs, but up here is the estimated cost of attendance. So this basically, you might see this as COA, cost of attendance. This is what the university is projecting that you might pay in a year at their school. So this one includes a breakdown of what those costs are, which is nice. The first one is tuition and fees. If you see tuition and fees on there, that's one that you will absolutely have to pay, right? So some of the other ones we'll talk about are kind of might vary in price, but this one is a pretty firm price. They're saying this is what it's going to cost for the tuition and maybe some of the student fees that are associated with the university that they require you to pay. Some of your student fees could look like being able to use the gym and do all of the things on campus, use the libraries, use all the amenities. So that's something that they require students to pay. The next thing is room and board. So this means your housing and your food. This is an estimated cost. Some schools do it where if you live in a dorm room with three people versus two people, three people might be cheaper than the one with two people. For meal plans, board just means meal plans. For your meal plans might vary depending on how many meals you want to eat a day or how many meals you want to get paid for that way. Like you can make oatmeal in your room in the morning and have that for breakfast, and maybe you only need two meals a day. People find really creative ways to go, to pick different meal plans. So this price might vary, but if you're going to live on campus, that is something that's going to definitely be there in some form or another, right? And then the books and materials and supplies, this is an estimated cost by the college. So this isn't something that you're going to pay to them, like, oh, I have to pay them $1,000 for my books, materials, and supplies. This is just the college saying, I think it's going to cost you about $1,000, give or take. I would rent my books. I would find my books from the library, right? I don't think you need to spend, hopefully not $1,000, or maybe you can get some of, some scholarships that might help cover some of your books and supply costs. If you need to get a new laptop, I know you'll probably be able to get your Chromebooks after this, so that might be good. But yeah, just check that out. And then personal travel miscellaneous. So they're just saying you might need, $2,000 for travel or something, right? So that's another cost that you're not paying to the college. This is just them estimating what it's going to cost. And then this one example, estimated out a computer. On all the ones that I've seen, I haven't seen that being estimated out. I've seen that being books, materials, and supplies. So yeah, just these two are the ones that you will absolutely have to pay. So you can kind of add those together and see how it's a little bit different than the whole estimated cost of attendance. Just be mindful of that. And then if you looked at your financial aid, so there are different aid values here, right? So the first ones are loans. This is money that you're going to have to pay back eventually, right? So oftentimes you can pay it back after you're done with college, right? So they kind of hold off while you're in college, but then after you get out of college, there's a little bit of a grace period, and then you start paying those loans back. The subsidized loans basically just means that the interest that your loan is accruing over time while you're in college is taken care of. It's subsidized. So you don't have to pay the interest that the loan is accruing. So interest is just like, you borrowed some money, and because you didn't have the money to begin with, someone's doing you like a favor by letting you borrow this money. There's going to be some interest on it. So you'll have to pay back essentially more than you borrowed because, of the favor of the borrowing the money when you needed it type situation. So in subsidized loans, they're actually like, actually, no, like while you're in college, we got you. Like we're gonna spot you while you're in college, and then afterwards you're gonna pay off the loan. Unsubsidized is like, hey, you're gonna like have to owe more at the end of college, like the time it takes between the time you borrowed the money and the time you have to start paying it back. There will have been interest that accrued during that point, and you're gonna have to pay that back as like an on top of your loan type of thing. So subsidized are better. Unsubsidized, you have to pay a little bit more in the long run, but both are loans that you're gonna have to pay back. And then we look at these are gift. These ones are gift aid. So if you see something that says scholarship, if you see something that says grant, like Pell Grant, those are free, just free money, purely free money. We love a grant. We love free money. We love a scholarship. That's just like, hey, here you go. Here is the money for you. I don't want to see it again. You don't have to pay it back. It's all good. We're good out here. So love that. That's gift aid. And then right down here is the last little line item. This is work study. So work study is essentially saying we will make sure we have a job, if there's a job available to you on campus. So if you have work study, you can go and find a campus job. Campus jobs have a lot of benefits because they will work around your school schedule because they do understand you're a student, which is great. They'll pay you normally like a normal job. And then that money is to go towards your tuition and your fees. So there are lots of benefits to work study and just having a job on campus in general. If you're like, I was not awarded work study, you can still get a campus job, but the people with work study will have priority over those campus jobs most likely because the university is supposed to make sure that students that get work study will get a work study job, so to help pay for school. So when it says like what aid they're offering you, they'll add it all up, right? You see how the loan is added, the free money is added, and then the money that you're able to work for is all added up into that big number. So you'll have to be careful because with the loans, you don't have to take out the full amount of loans that they're giving you. You only should take out the amount of loans that you need. Like if they're like, hey, you can take out $5,000 in loans, but you only need $1,000 to cover the cost, just take out $1,000, right? You want to make sure that you're trying not to, take on too many loans, because you will have to pay those back, and they will, some of them will accrue interest, right? So just make sure that you know that the total aid is not 100% free money, but that it is, the total of all the things that they're providing for you to hopefully be able to attend their school. So if you have any questions about this, Monday, April 24th, we're having a workshop about this where we'll go more in depth. We'll get to kind of look at people's individual aid, privately. So we'll be able to figure out what the cost of the college will actually look like for you. But congratulations, Scotties. Y'all are almost done with senior year, and I'm so proud of you. If you need anything, we're in room 180, the College and Career Center. Bye.